Great. Okay, so hello everyone. Hope you all are fine. We are today. There is a third session related to the out of the box series. That is the totally dedicated towards freshers and the various opportunities, career opportunities for the freshers in various segments of the pharmaceutical industry. So I hope you all are there. Okay. So let's start. First of all, I introduce our guest. His name is Pramod Kalugde. He's completing Bachelor of Pharmacy, and then he is now more than 10 years of experience in SAS programmer in the well nominated company. He has well versed about the each and every aspect about the SAS. So most of the pharma students don't know what is SAS and related career opportunities in the SAS. So welcome Pramod, first of all in our session. And yes, so first question is of course about the SAS. What is the SAS and why it is included in the pharmaceutical industry?
SAS is a analytical software that is mostly used to analyze the data. But I would say the SAS has multiple modules. Okay, so base SAS, SQL, macro, those are different modularies. Based modules are there. There, I would say there are two sections we could use the SAS. First one is into clinical research, another one into banking. There are different modules. So for as per the analysis part, they use the SAS modules, and it is has different roles. I would say as per their use.
So why SAS is included in the pharma? Why? What is it need?
First of all, the SAS is used because it is licensed version, and it it is not open source. So as we know, the clinical research has the data which is very secure data. So other sources that are used for the analysis like R or Python, those are the open sources. So anybody, they have multiple updates yet to come. So as per FDA suggested, SAS is the tool that is being used for the analysis. Hence, the clinical SAS is mostly used.
Okay, so you mean SAS has more privacy and the data safety is very
in terms of security, data security, the SAS has a more advantage other than the other open source tools.
Okay. So, is the SAS is related to IT? I mean, only IT people will do the job, or pharma also do, or is it programming, or what is that?
As per my knowledge, there is no such a requirement that only IT guy can do the programming on SAS. Anybody who has the best SAS training or the advanced SAS training, so he can do the programming. It is not necessary to have specific technical background.
Okay. So, which kind of the student means what is the eligibility to do the career in the SAS?
To do the career in science, it depends on the I would say the background what you do have. For example, the commerce students can do the programming for the banking also, and if they have gained the knowledge about the clinical research and the process how it being carried out, so based on that they can also apply. The same is applied for the life science students also. If they know about the base science, advanced science, that is mostly used in clinical research. So based on that, they can be used. So as per my knowledge, there is no specific background required, or it is benefited for the candidate who has the best SAS or advanced SAS knowledge.
Okay. So basically, there is a difference like any medical or any IT student is hired and any pharma student is hired. There is a comparison between the pay scale and any other things, a difference that organization will look at.
I don't think so. Based on the pay scale, it will differ. Yes, but if any candidate who has the technical background or the engineering background. So in that course of engineering course, they might have undergone to multiple languages. So the syntax might be only different, but the basic logic they can easily grasp. Uh, on the other hand, the science background or the life science background students, if they don't have any technical knowledge, then first they have to gain the basic knowledge about those procedures. So based on that, they can do programming. So at the initial stage, the fresher will be considered as the same, though it has a technical background or a life science background. So based on their expertise in the base task, so their salary will be differ.
Okay. And what is the designation and what is the job role initially when any fresher is hired in any SaaS related operations?
It will also depend based on the domains, because I'm not sure about the banking domain because I haven't worked on in the banking domain. In the clinical research domain, I would say from a trainee programmer, junior programmer, senior programmer, then the we could say senior programmer, principal programmer are there. Then senior principal programmer are the different roles
Okay.
or the stages. Yes.
Okay. Okay. How many kind of the organizations that provide the job in the SaaS?
I would say there are two types of organizations in clinical research. I would say first one is a CRO who works in the behalf of the pharmaceutical company, and the second one are the pharmaceutical company who conduct the clinical research. So these two types of organizations, I would say they hire the SAS programmers.
Okay. How's the opportunities like there is a clinical research, there is a SaaS programming. It is compulsory that there is some position for SaaS everywhere in the CRO and working in domain.
Definitely, because I mean, SAS programmers do the analysis part, or the he works for the statistician who wants to analyze the data. So any organization who conducts the clinical research, who wants to uh, get done the analysis of their data, the SAS program is required.
Okay. What is the actually the skills? Because you are telling us that there is a programming and the syntax, whatever the knowledge is required, we are not teaching here in the pharmacy. Okay. How can we learn this? And what is the basic subject focus? It is like in the pharmacovigilance, we need to focus on the pharmacology. So likewise here, any kind of the particular subject based on that programming depends, or any other skill required.
Uh, I would like to talk about the learning or to be prepared for the SAS as a clinical SAS programmer. There are two aspects, I would say. First one is the base SAS, advanced SAS. These are the technical parts that the candidate should know. And another part is the basic of about the clinical research terms, because whichever data he is going to analyze, the all is about the clinical research. So he should have the knowledge about the clinical research terms also, and in terms of technical knowledge, he should know the base SAS, advanced SAS, SQL, macro that is being used as a for the programming.
Okay. So how the student can get the knowledge related to this?
Uh, the same as the offline source are also available. There are multiple institutes are conducting the SAS programming courses, and students also can attend the online courses. So those are available on the YouTube, or maybe few or institutes also conducting the online sessions.
Okay. You mean it is good to do the course related to the SAS to learn the basics about the SAS and everything needed, the information you get from these courses, right?
Yes, if
Okay.
you are aspirant to be a SAS programmer, then yes, definitely you should go through the courses, because uh, if you want to be a SAS programmer, or if you want to get hired, then the basic information and the basic programming knowledge you should be having it.
Okay. Tell me about something yourself. What is your job role? What is exactly operations you are doing?
Currently, I'm holding around 10 years of experience as a clinical SAS programmer. Currently, I'm working as a senior statistical programmer, where we convert the raw data into SDTM standards, and then based on this SDTM data, we convert it into ADAM, and based on that ADAM, we creates the tables as per the statistician's requirement, and then we send all those data, raw data, SDTM data, ADAM data, TFL, everything for the submission. So once the data is being submitted to the FDA, based on the FDA decision, the drug gets approval for the uh, marketing. It is the process.
Okay. You are the only person for the programming, or any other is included in the clinical research
It,
whole operation?
it depends. Means I'm not the only person who works on the single study. There are multiple programmer works on a single study based on their roles. Some are the developers, some are the validators, someone who leads the team. There will be a technical manager also. So there are multiple hierarchies in clinical SAS programmer role.
Okay. Okay. For in the fresher point of view, how they approach towards the job, like how they find that kind of the particular jobs in any kind of the domain or anything, how it should goes on.
Uh, I would like to suggest a few things for the freshers. If you are aspirant to be a SAS programmer, first you have to gain knowledge about the base SAS programming. You have to get the knowledge about the SAS macro, SAS SQL, basics of clinical research. So based on that, the whole interview process will be conducted based on these parts only. So if you are good with that, then definitely company will hire you.
Yeah, but how can they know that there is a vacancy or any kind of the platform where there is a vacancy? Any company announce.
Regarding the vacancy, if we have multiple platforms where the people are now posting their post for the vacancies. For example, LinkedIn is there. Then the multiple job sites, recruitment sites are there. Naukri, Monster, everything. Even on Facebook, I have seen the vacancies for the SAS programmer freshers. So I guess we have multiple resources now. If they are vigilant to see the vacancies, then definitely someone will get it.
Okay. Can you enlisted some of the good MNC companies so that the student can find that way that will be better for them?
There are multiple companies. They are hiring the freshers or they are hiring the experienced candidates also. So their TCS is there, Cognizant is there. Then these are the CROs who conduct the clinical research analysis part on the behalf of pharmaceutical companies. There are a few pharmaceutical companies also there who works as who conducts the clinical research. Glenmark is there, then AstraZeneca is there, Johnson and Johnson is there, Sun Pharma is there. So multiple organizations and the multiple pharmaceutical companies conduct the clinical research.
Good. So there are ample opportunities for the freshers as well in the clinical SAS, right?
For the fresher, I would say there is a bit struggle is there because as we know, if the SAS fresher doesn't have the knowledge about the base SAS and clinical research, they will struggle to be a SAS programmer. If they are good at their preparation, then definitely they will be hired as a SAS programmer.
Okay. And what is the SAS certified? It is any kind of the course, and it is compulsory or it is required. And how to prepare for this?
Base SAS certification and advanced SAS certifications are there. Base SAS certification, uh, it is required to be a advanced SAS programmer. But these certifications are not mandatory, but it is suggested to have the or it is suggested to get the certification done, because if you have the certification, then it will add your weightage in the interview process.
So it is not compulsory to become you
Not
are a SAS.
compulsory, but yes, it will add, definitely it will add the weightage in your interview
Okay.
if you are a fresher. Yes.
So it is a difficult like to become a certified or it is easy or for fresher and in the pharma student.
Uh, I I would say it is not a difficult also, but it is not that much of easy that if you mug up in one day or 1 week, then you can easily crack it. You thoroughly have the technical knowledge. You should be sound with your technical things also.
Okay. So
So
you mean to say this is not a theoretical domain, right? You have
right,
to, yeah, you have to do have some kind of the definitions, and you just mug up all these things, and then you are prepared for the each and everything. This is the technical,
yes, it's
and you have to again and again do this kind of the programming, and then you become a perfect. This is somewhat volatile, as you say, and
yes,
it needs practice continuously. Then and only then you get a exact knowledge about that domain, right?
right. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. And about this interview, how many rounds of the interview any company conduct? What is the nature?
as per my knowledge, there will be 4 rounds. First one is the screening. HR will call you for the get the basic information about you and how much of experience you are holding and what you have, the education background. Then the first interview will be HR. Second will be technical, where the line manager or the SME programmer will ask you about the technical questions to check your technical knowledge about everything. Then, if you pass the second round, then third round will be manager. In managerial round, manager round will check how is your behavior, how do you tackle your problems, and means he will check your the attitude towards the work and the life. And if you pass the third round, then the fourth round will be the negotiations with the HR. HR will tell you about the company policies and everything about the stuff, and it will your salary will be discussed in that round.
Okay. So, what are the frequently asked interview questions in the SAS? Any kind of that particular question is there?
There are multiple questions based on the SAS. So all are or available. Most of the questions are available on the internet also. Google.
Okay. So, about this most important question about the payout. So, how much payout can any fresher get initially in SAS?
About the payout, I could not guess the exact amount, but as per my knowledge, it varies from 4 lakh to 6 lakhs per annum.
So, is there any growth after some years of experiences?
Definitely, as you get the experience, as you get the knowledge about the clinical research as a SAS programmer, definitely your pay scale will be definitely revised year by year as per your appraisals.
Okay. So, important thing that is what are these challenges that any fresher will face during this SaaS domain of opportunity from the first, like during the B farm, after completing the B farm, towards the job, going to the job. So, what are the struggle? What are the challenges there, and how they will prepare for this?
I would like to say about the clinical research domains, because as we know, the clinical research data is very much secure, and it cannot be available in open source. So most of the programmers who don't have the access, they have to learn about the clinical research terms, clinical research data sets. So based on that, they will face some challenges. But if you are technically sound, then definitely the interviewer will take it out about your technical skills and not the clinical research domain.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. So then, where is the company located mostly in the SAS? Is there any preferred location, metro cities or industrial area likewise?
Uh, Now due to COVID, there are multiple options are available now. Means as we know, we are still working as a home-based programmers. There are few companies are into Mumbai, few companies are Hyderabad, Bangalore, Mohali, Lucknow. There, I guess it is a worldwide distributed. So there is no any specific location where the all the companies are saturated.
So, is there any career job opportunities in the foreign countries for SAS?
Yes, yes. There are so
How
many
can they approach?
opportunities. Uh, to approach there, I guess first you have to get the knowledge at your skills, because the if you are targeting to shift to the abroad, then definitely they will check for the experienced candidates. So first of all, you should get the experience here, then you can apply online, and it will be the same process.
Okay, so it is right now work from home job or it is office job? Right now, what is the situation and what is the timing of job here?
It is depends on your organization. Some organizations have asked employees to report at the office. There are few organizations who are allowing programmers to do the work from home, and mostly the timings, I would say, currently all the organizations are following 9 to 6 office time, but based on the deliverables, they have to uh, deal with the timings. If you have the deliverables, then you might have to stretch your working hours also.
Okay. Is there any kind of the internship is going for the freshers so that they get better knowledge, practical?
There are multiple organizations who are conducting this internship program. For example, Paisal is there. Then I'm not remembering another organizations right now, but there are multiple organizations are conducting the internship program. So they hire the SAS programmers who have cracked the interview. So once they crack the interview, they will get the hands-on on the actual data for the 6 months. If they are performing well, then that company directly absorb that candidate into their organizations.
Okay.
If they are performing good, yes.
Yeah. So I hope all viewers will get all the information related to the clinical SAS. And, there are multiple opportunities, but at the same time, you need technical knowledge because these domains completely oriented towards technical, and for accordingly you have to prepare. Okay, so
Yes.
the last message you want to give to our freshers, how they prepare and what is the opportunity and what is the challenges. So what you message to our fresher student?
To be to freshers, I would suggest get the technical knowledge sound about the base SAS, advanced SAS, macro, all these aspects of clinical. And if you are uh, having that much of leverage, then get the knowledge about the clinical research and the terms which are being used daily as a SAS programmer. Then that will be helpful for your interview and for your working uh, things also.
Okay. Thank you. So I hope yes, many queries will be solved here, and if any kind of the query, you can ask us anytime. So in the future, we will again invite Mr. Pramod for the clinical test. And first of all, thank you viewers for attending this. And yes, Pramod, very much thank you for your valuable time and dedication, and for guiding our student, which will be more important to build their career, right? So I hope if any kind of the question you can ask, otherwise we will end this chat, and I hope this will definitely help you to build your career. Okay. So I think there is no any questions. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Amit.
Yeah. So I will end this chat, and thank you everyone for joining this session. We will meet in the next weekend with the new